This car is so nice. The interior is absolutely perfect. I love the engine in it. Check out how nice it is in here, man. What? So I knew it was a perfect candidate for a chassis swap. What I need to do with this one is get it up on jack stands right now. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, never mind. False confidence. 5 quarts of oil all over the floor, which is mint. This is crazy. Check this out. I just checked the cam I got. It's a full race RV cam. Anybody from the 80s knows you can put one of these in a 305 Chevy and it basically makes 1,200 horsepower. I mean, you can jump a Coke can, first, second, third gear. Jump a Coke can, third gear. Full race RV cam. Can't believe how nice that is. So we're gonna really get some big horsepower out of this guy. What's up, it's Casey from Casey's Customs. I am doing another budget build chassis swap, and I bought the perfect donor car, Pontiac G8 6.0 all aluminum LS. We got a bunch of race car parts for it too. I bought a 1950 Chevy 2-door coupe that is gonna go on top of this thing perfectly. So let's stop talking and get to work. We are going to go buy another project. We'll go look at another project. Now, I know some of you are saying, Casey, you have entirely too many projects already. What the hell are you doing? Well, don't worry. This is technically a chassis for a project I already have. So it's really not another project. It's part of a project I already own. At least that's what I'm telling my wife. I hopped in my own car, buzzing down to go take a look at it. And if I buy it, I have a buddy with a trailer who's going to bring it back home. So let's see what happens. I guess it's mine now. Oh, I gotta plug that right there and then blur your license plate. I'll let you drive it. It'll look a little different, but I'll let you drive it. All right, I'm heading my ass back home. Great news. I bought it. $3,500, 2008 Pontiac G8 6.0 all aluminum LS. These things are rocket ships. I rode in a buddy's one time. I think they're like 12-second quarter-mile cars from the factory, like high 12s, but still, holy shit. Gonna be the coolest chassis swap on the planet. $3,500, which is already the cheapest I've ever seen. I almost bought one for $9 grand that had 200,000 miles one time, because that was the cheapest one I'd ever seen. This one has 128,000, and there's only 60,000 miles on the transmission. He put a newer transmission in it. It has the rear differential out of a newer Camaro, so it's like just a fucking beast. Here's the issue. It has a DOD failure, which anybody that knows LS motors, whenever they introduce the DOD lifters, I think they are, they constantly go bad. I talked to 3 or 4 different mechanics. One of my buddies is a mechanic at a Chevy dealership. He says he does like 5 of those a week. It's always DOD failure. And what you can do, you can just put like a stock lifter in it and then be done and fixed. Or while you're doing it, you put a performance cam in it, you know, better lifters, all that shit. Here's the great point. This guy already bought all that stuff. He spent $1,500 on the DOD delete stuff. He also got a performance cam. Essentially got this thing for $2 grand, and then it came with the $1,500 worth of stuff I would have had to buy. So yeah, Jeremy from Dare to Be Different Motorsports, he's the one who's hauling it back. Has a really cool, basically like a performance shop down in Kansas City. He's a Facebook friend of mine. He's the one, we got it on the trailer. He's bringing it back. He's real familiar with them, and he told the guy, he goes, you realize there's only like 2 hours worth of work until you're done with this, right? Because he already got most of the stuff taken apart. And the guy was like, yeah, man, but I'm outside. I'm like trying to work in -4-degree weather. He had a lot of interest once he dropped the price, and I wasn't sure that I was going to get it. So it's on the trailer, and it's mine now, baby. Check it out. She's home. I got so many parts to unload. I got all of the DOD delete shit. All new gaskets. That's a delete kit. Camshaft. Brian Tooley Racing. Valve springs. Oh man, I freaking love this thing. Let's check out the motor real quick. So my man started on this, basically got most of everything taken apart. You got to pop the heads off. He got to that point,
And then we had this cold spree come through Missouri, and he was working on all this stuff outside. He said he was laying on the ground to get the exhaust off. And he said, screw it, I'm done with this thing. I am excited. I think what we'll do, pull it inside, get the engine work done. Sweet. Let's get all these parts inside.
Holy crap, this is crazy. Check this out. I just checked the cam I got. It's a full race RV cam. Anybody from the 80s knows you can put one of these in a 305 Chevy and it basically makes 1,200 horsepower. I mean, you can jump a Coke can, first, second, third gear. Jump a Coke can, third gear. Full race RV cam. Can't believe how nice that is. So we're going to really get some big horsepower out of this guy.
Check out the interior. Sweet. It's gonna be a fun one, man. Just in case people don't understand what car I was talking about, this was on the channel, I think 2 months ago. I found this thing. It was literally like a half mile from my house. I drove past it every day, taking my kid to school, but I never saw it because it had a tarp on it. And then one day the tarp was off of it, and I saw the front headlights. I knew it was like a 49 to 54 Chevy. Stopped in, the owner said $800. It's a two-door coupe, short roof coupe. These are badass. I bought it basically sight unseen. I was like, I'll take it. As soon as I knew it was a two-door, I was taking it. It has everything, all the bumpers, hood, fenders, everything is in the back. We took it out and got it all stripped. The frame was bad, the motor was bad, and the floor was rusty, so I knew it was a perfect candidate for a chassis swap. So it's basically already ready. We got to do a little more trimming, but it's ready to get plopped on top of something.
Now, we need to do motor work to it. I was going to just put it outside and park it while I had other projects going, but there's so much snow and shit everywhere. It's a pain in the ass to move cars. If you watched my last Toyota AE86 build, I should probably show you how bad it is outside. Yeah. We took a whole day to move a car out and put a car in because of the snow and ice and all kinds of shit. So I went ahead, pulled it in, got the snow off of it. We're gonna dig straight into this thing. First thing I'm gonna do is take these headlights out. I already broke one headlight from pushing it in with my Hummer. Take the hood off, stuff like that. Then we're gonna dig in, see exactly what we have to do. I've never done a DOD delete. I've done a million cams and valves and stuff. I've never done one on an LS. So we're gonna learn together. Let's go. How heavy this hood is. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, never mind. False confidence. Ow. Not heavy, but awkward as shit. All right, let's take a look at the inside. Check it out. You can see what it is. He basically got the intake and all this stuff taken off. The first thing I did when I went and looked at it was I made sure, you know, nobody was just cutting wires or anything, and everything is actually unplugged the way it's supposed to, which is a good sign because if something is junk, people just get in there and start cutting it. Who gives a shit? He obviously didn't have a puller to take any of this front off, and he didn't get the headers off. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is try and get the exhaust off, and we can take the heads off and stuff. So that's going to be my first goal, is get it jacked up, try and get that exhaust off. They are never super fun, but it looks like I got pretty good room down in there, which I like. I thought these were going to be a little bit tighter. This side isn't going to be as easy as that side, but not too bad. All right, let's dig in. Okay, I think this is my last bolt, and then the exhaust can come out, or at least the top can come out, the headers and shit. There we go. Okay, manifolds are off, but obviously they're still attached at the bottom. And I only saw one broken bolt, and it wasn't from me, which is great, but we'll have to fix that whenever we get our heads off. I'm gonna go underneath and see what we can do. I might just have to cut it, but then we can take all this shit out. I've spent way too long on this. I should have just cut it off to begin with.
Those might be the weirdest headers manifolds I've ever seen. I call everything headers, by the way. That's going to piss off some people, but yeah. Also, that flex joint is cool as hell. God, those are ugly. I've never seen a cat come straight off a header like that. I don't work on a lot of new shit, though, so that's probably why. Ooh, these are welded. That sucks. We're going to have to cut those and drill them out whenever we put that back. But that's okay. I thought they were. They're seized up tighter and shit. Couldn't even get a socket to start on them. We had to cut them. Cool. Now, we got to pop these heads off, which means this car needs to get back on the ground because I am not doing it when it's chest high. Let me double check. I think everything's off. We got to take all this shit off for the cam, but I'm not doing that yet. Cool. Sweet. All right, I got the valve covers off. I need to take the rockers off. We got the car back on the ground. Once the rockers are off, I can pop the heads off. Then I'm gonna go down to O'Reilly's, grab a puller, and we will pull the harmonic balancer off. Then we can take the whole front of the engine off. I think the head is ready to come off. We're gonna find out right now. Are you still attached to something? Maybe it is attached. Hold on. All right, I missed something. Something's still attached. What did I miss? I don't think I did. Hold on now. What are you caught on, bitch? Oh, that's just the gasket. Oh, damn it, Daddy. Oh, it's caught on so much wiring. Oh, shit, I forgot to ground. Pistons look great. That makes me happy. There we go. Okay. Come on, baby. Ooh. Damn, she looks good. Sweet. Oh. Okay. Woo. Let's get the other side off. Oh, shit. Good too, sweet. Ugh. Cylinders look great, man. Very happy with how the cylinders look. I didn't have any reason to doubt the guy, but you know, never know these days. I'm gonna blow it all off real good. No surprises, everything I was expecting. Looks really good. We still got cross hatching down in there, which is good. I can't catch my finger on the lip. Sweet. All right, let's take this front shit off. All right, water pump is off. Got my harmonic balancer bolt out. I just gotta go get the pulley. Got my valley out. This is my DOD shit that we're gonna be deleting. We don't need to use any of this shit anymore. You can also reuse this and just tap little steel holes in here. That's a good way to make it not work anymore, but this guy already had the kit, so we're gonna do the kit. Oh, cool. What a pain in the ass. Very happy so far. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. I got the harmonic balancer put on. I'm getting ready to send it in. I had to take the transmission cooler out to make room. Everything else is basically done. What we're gonna do once we get that off is rip the front end, the whole front section of the motor off. And I'm gonna have to change these valves out. And I saw a really cool trick online. You drill a hole in a wrench and you can run a bolt down to basically hold the spring, push it down and get your little keepers out, because I don't have the right tool to do that. We're gonna try that first. If that doesn't work, I might have to order a tool because O'Reilly's doesn't let you have, they don't even have one that you can borrow. So we're going to do this first, then we're going to do that. Let's get going. The heater just kicked on, but I'm too cold to go over there and turn it off. So we're just going to send it, baby. Oh, yeah. Bada bing. Hell yeah. That makes me happy. That was super easy. Where did I put my little shit? Oh. Alright, we should pop right off now. Oh, maybe we don't pop right off. Oh, maybe just. Ooh. Boy, that timing chain has a lot of slop in it. That's way too sloppy. That's way too sloppy. Oh no. Oh, the little plastic thing that the chain rides on broke. Well, that's probably why she's having issues. That's never good when you open an engine up and you see a piece of plastic. I'm going to take this off a little bit more and then I'll show you what I'm looking at. That's not great. Okay, first thing I noticed as soon as I popped the timing chain cover off was this is way too loose. I'm like, something's wrong. I assume the chain broke or whatever. Then I saw this piece of plastic right here, and that is basically the chain tensioner. They sit right there. This is half of it. The other half is still on the pin down there. So this needs to come off. The chain looks okay, but if I'm gonna have to take all this apart anyway, I might as well replace it. But actually it was sitting there for a second. That's how it should look. So I'm going, well, shit, that is both extremely annoying and also good news, because I was like, why have people passed on this engine so many times for, you know, it's just DOD failure, which is kind of a bitch, but it's not the end of the world. Well, now I know why. He said he was getting, you know, misfires and stuff wouldn't fire, and they were like, oh, DOD's acting up. This was his problem all along. It was not the DOD. The DOD's probably fine. People always delete them on these because they always cause issues anyway. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. Here's why it's a bad thing. To take this oil pump off, there is a bolt underneath inside the pan, basically. You can kind of touch it with your finger, but you can't get a wrench on it. So oil pan has to come off for one single bolt, and then all this can come out the front, which is a bitch because I just did a bunch of reading. And these aren't the funnest to drop the oil pan on. The good news is you don't have to take it all the way off. You just need to get it loose in the front so you can slide a wrench down in there. I'm not happy about it, but I've been sitting here bitching and whining for 10 minutes, and unfortunately that didn't do anything at all. I need to get in there, drop the pan, and then we can take this off and get some parts ordered. They should hopefully have all this stuff in stock, and then we can start switching out our cam and stuff, but it's even like kind of loose, so I was like, oh, maybe, no, there's a bolt down in there. So we got to go more in-depth than I thought I was going to, but hey, what the hell? We're in already this far. Why would you stop? Now we're 90%. Why would you stop at this point? Let's stop whining and get to work. So naturally, in Caseyscustoms fashion, we can't do anything simple or easy. We got to just go, instead of going to like step 4, we just go to step 20 right off the bat. Drop the oil pan. Technically, you didn't have to drop it, but I kind of got a little concerned. I want to look at stuff. Had the oil pan just leveling down perfect on the jack. Everything was great. Wasn't going to spill a drop. I forgot a wire. It's connected, and it just tipped sideways. So 5 quarts of oil all over the floor, which is mint. And I pop off the pan. I go in here to start looking. I see this right on top. Instantly start shitting my pants because I go, oh my God, that's a bearing to a freaking rod. And this thing is just, no. It was just the rest of my tensioner. So that was the part I was looking for, actually. What I want to do, I also fish through here. No big metal chunks, no nothing crazy. A little bit of sludge at the bottom, but not too bad at all considering 140,000 miles or whatever this engine is. Not too bad. I'm going to get all this shit cleaned up real quick, and then we can start digging in to the timing chain, figuring out what parts we need to order. Shouldn't be too bad now that everything's off. But I don't know, I said that earlier too. So yeah, let's start having fun. Great news! Got everything off. Everything looks good. Finally ready to take this cam plate off. Snap the Torx bit in there. Got one bolt out. These are so tight, I have snapped 2 more Torx bits. I don't know what it is. I thought maybe it just needed heat. You know, maybe it had like Loctite on it. Heated them up, did nothing. Broke another bit after the heat. So I'm going to grind these all flat, weld a nut on them, try and get the nut off. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to drill them all out. And I'm not happy. I got online. These are apparently known for this shit, which is really cool. So let's start going. This became a clusterfuck quickly.
No, God, please, no.
I'm also going to cover the engine because I don't want sparks and shit in the motor. So, yay. Oh my God. I got the bolts welded. Ooh, that one's already loose from the heat. Yes! That one's done. That one's done. This one, I think, is already loose down here. I had to weld this one 3 different times because my weld kept hitting the plate and sticking. We're good. Holy shit, that one came off easiest than all. Oh, hell yeah, man. Oh, that sucked, but it didn't take 15 minutes, but I was assuming the worst. That bullshit. There's another doozy. Oh, that one's crooked. Holy shit. That was crooked, but it still worked. Holy shit, man. So, we are definitely going to get a new plate and some new bolts. Wow. Now this cam should be ready. Where did I put the bolt? Oh, there it is. Am I forgetting something? This should just pop right out, shouldn't it? What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Well, I gotta look something up. I'm forgetting something. I assume you just pull a small block Chevy. Yeah, there's something catching. All right, hold on. Naturally, I forgot to unbolt something. I'm an idiot. I never took the lifters out. And I have new lifters to put in. That just shows you, 1, how dumb I am, and 2, how I put in entirely too many hours on this freaking motor. Let's pop them out real quick. Oh, and the freaking motor's too high. I gotta put this thing back on the ground. Shit. All right. This is the last thing we gotta take off. And it's free now for sure. Bada bing. Doesn't even look bad, really. Doesn't look bad at all. We ain't using it though. Look at this shop. Holy shit. Oh, man. Now, here's the bad news. I have all the race stuff, which is most of what I need. But now I need an oil pan gasket, timing chain tensioner, new plate, new all that. So, yeah, it is super late. This was like an 8-hour day, which it should have been. I should have been driving this son of a bitch by now. But, yeah, we're going to see what we got to order and figure it out. I got about a half a day left to work on this thing before we got to get the video out, obviously. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to put all that back together in half a day. Also, I don't know if O'Reilly's going to have every single thing I need, so I got to go through all that. I also did some reading. They said if you got the oil pump off, put a new pump on. Because if you're not running a DOD, you don't technically need a super high pressure pump anymore because you're not pumping oil into those lifters to do stuff. So I don't know, I need to sit down, figure out what I need to order. So here's the thing. If I know that I can't get it all the way back together tomorrow and actually have it running by the end of the video, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go straight to phase 2. We're gonna order a bunch of parts and start cutting the body up because this is a chassis swap. And I'm not scared to start, you know, breaking some glass and stuff. I already have basically a buyer for the trunk and people, I got a couple guys that want the doors. Headlights are basically already sold. I've made a post on Facebook that I bought this and I had like 5 guys reach out and say like, oh, I need this, I need this. If my fenders were good, I'd have the fenders sold like that, but the fenders are junk. So I'm gonna sit down tonight, see what parts need ordered, see what parts I can get, and we will go from there. What I don't wanna do is just have a full video of me disassembling a motor and not having it running by the end of the video. That's kind of boring. So yeah. Either way, we'll make it fun tomorrow.
The next day.
All right, bad news time. I got the motor all cleaned up, looking pretty. Went to a couple different parts stores today to look up the parts I need. They do not have what I need. I've talked to 2 or 3 different engine builders about stuff. Basically, all of them said you should go ahead and have your heads resurfaced because they're aluminum and you already are taking them off. You can also have machine shop can put your valves in so you don't have to mess with it. So I'm probably going to just do that. They'll just have it for a couple days. I also talked to guys, I need to run a different water or a different oil pump, like a more pressurized one, like a high pressure oil pump, since we don't need the DOD. I got to order a bunch of stuff that I cannot get at parts stores. Also, my cam is a 3-bolt style cam and the stock cam was a single bolt. So the timing chain set that I had to replace anyway wouldn't even have been right if I would have bought the one that I was looking at today at the parts store. So luckily I didn't do that. But yeah, got to order a bunch of stuff. I'll have it all here early next week, which is nice. But this video is going to be up by then. So what we're going to do is start taking this thing apart. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I only have a couple hours of work I can get done before this video needs done, but what I would like to do at the very least, get the back window out, take the trunk off, take the doors off. I don't know what all is entailed to unbolt a door. I know it's not the end of the world, but the wires are what I'm worried about, and the newer the car, the more pain in the ass it is to unbolt all your wiring stuff. The last one I took apart was whatever, 2004, and the door connection was like over by the door handle, so you literally had to take like 10 different things off, snake your hand up there just to unplug the door wiring. Giant pain in the ass, but I'm gonna throw something through the back window, then we're gonna take the doors off. Check out the new car, Pontiac G8. It's got a 6.0 all aluminum LS2 with LS3 heads. It's got a bunch of racing stuff we're installing, cams, lifters, all the good shit. And I posted a picture of this on my social media, and people were saying, I thought you were a hot rod guy. I thought, you know, you were a customizer. You cut everything up. Well, listen, guys, sometimes you can just have a normal car in the shop that just needs some general maintenance. We don't always have to do something crazy. What I need to do with this one is get it up on jack stands right now. I'm joking. We're going to cut this son of a bitch up. Let's go. That is the second jack stand I have thrown in the back window. Let's go for number 3. What the shit? It should have fell apart by now. What is going on? Oh, there's tint. Somebody put some really shitty tint in there and it's holding it all up. Maybe number 4 will be the charm. No, the tint is holding it together. All right, well, let's get the hammer out. Shit. This car is so nice. The interior is absolutely perfect. I love the engine in it. Check out how nice it is in here, man.
Question for God. Why?
Damn. That interior is not bad at all. So, there's no door connector as far as the wiring goes. That one, the driver's side, goes straight to the fuse box, and I'm not pulling the whole fuse box out. So I cut it, and naturally, since we're going to do a budget build on this, I'm going to be reselling all of this. Now, granted, I just did a little funny skit, dropped the door in the ground. The only reason I did that is because this side was already dented. This is probably still a couple $100 door. I had some really good offers on some of these parts, so I'm going to be much more gentle on the other ones, but this one was, you know, perfect for a little bit of fun. Let's keep going. I got the back window cleaned up the rest of the way. Went to start doing the front door, got it off. The only problem is the plug-in on the front door looks like it attaches all the way directly to the fuse box on this side because the fuse box is in the driver's side kick panel. So I just cut it and I'll end up trimming all those so nothing, we don't want anything grounding out and blowing anything up. But I'm gonna try to unplug all of the other doors. But if the plugins are too much of a pain in the ass, we're just gonna keep on snipping and carrying on. So let's get the rest of the doors off. Got this side off. Also, I found out my plug-in was actually right here, but it was in a bind behind it, so I couldn't get to it. It's sunk all the way down, and I thought it just plugged straight into the back of the fuse panel, but it didn't. So I actually got that unplugged. Same thing with back here. So the doors actually were unplugged, which is great when you're doing a body swap because that means you don't have to sit there and cut 20 different wires and make sure, you know, they're all butted off and blocked off and all that fun shit. So got that off. Got the fender off. Also realized the doors unbolted. I thought these were spot welded on, but they're not. The other side's gonna come off a lot quicker and a lot easier, so let's go. This side came out much better. I unplugged everything and unbolted everything, so just took the whole doors off. The main reason was those doors are really, really nice. Those doors are a little messed up. The front drivers is real bad. Passenger drivers could be used, but it's like a 9 out of 10. That's like a 3 out of 10. Not bad at all. These are 10 out of 10s. They are really, really nice. So I wanted to take extra care with them. Got everything out as far as doors and shit. What I want to do now is get my tail lights, trunk, probably pop the bumper off. And then what I can do is I can get all that stuff listed for sale and we can see how much money we can get back into the budget. Because this is going to be a budget build. I just don't quite know the budget just yet. So yeah, let's take this shit off. I think the whole thing comes off. Yep. This thing comes apart easy. I like it. All right, let's get these tail lights off. I might not have time for the bumper, but we'll see. All right, got the tail lights off. I was gonna pop this bumper off. I just watched a video. You gotta take the rear tires off. You gotta take the inner fender out, all kinds of stuff. I am not doing all that tonight. It's not the end of the world. I gotta get this video done. I'm not gonna cut anything yet because I really wanna hear that motor run before I start cutting stuff. As of right now, everything has been unplugged. I haven't had to cut any wires. I originally cut the door wires, but then I found the plug-in, so both of those became unplugged. Everything is unplugged, no issues. So other than like a door sensor, because, you know, sometimes your wiring will yell at you, it thinks the door's still open when the door's unplugged, everything should be fine as far as the motor goes. So I don't want to put all those parts back, have the motor not run, and me be worried about, you know, some wire I cut in the back or some ground that isn't on. So I'm going to wait on that until we get it. But boy, let me tell you, it is hard to look at a post, you know, like a pillar, to just not, oh, we shouldn't. It's getting too late. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and list all this stuff on Facebook Marketplace so I can get some parts sold. And then we're going to figure out what kind of budget build this is going to be. I have not looked up what any of these parts are worth yet. Usually I have a pretty good idea going in. If it's an S10, if it's a Lincoln Town Car, if it's a whatever, I got an idea. I have no clue what I can sell these for. So I have no frame of reference on where we should be for the budget. I only paid $3,500 for this car, and I paid $800 for the 1950 Chevy. So right off the bat, we're at $4,300. But like on all my budget builds, we'll start shipping that down by selling stuff. The only thing is, I don't know how much I can sell. I don't know what I'm going to get back out of a lot of it. So yeah, I don't know where we could be. I don't think a $3,500 budget build is going to be possible. It might if these are worth like $2,000, but I don't think they are. So most likely it's going to be like a 4K build, maybe a $5,000 build. There's a couple different build offs going on right now that have a $5,000 budget. So that would be kind of cool, even though I don't want to do a build off, but just kind of that, you know, frame of reference. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How cheap should we try and go on this? It's hard to go super duper cheap because we're already in it for, like I said, $4,300, which isn't a ton of money when you consider stuff. But I do a lot of $1,000 builds, $2,500 builds, so it's kind of more for mine. So let me know what the budget should be on this thing. I want to hear from you guys. There is currently a giveaway going on right now for my 1965 Mustang. There's under 50 spots as I'm recording this on Monday. I don't know where it's going to be by the time this video goes up on Tuesday. So if you want in on my 65 Mustang giveaway, go to Caseyscustoms.com. Here is a picture of the car. You buy a sticker, you are entered to win. If that sounds like something you want to do, do that. If you are not subscribed, please hit that button now. It helps the channel grow more than you can imagine. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace! I love you.